What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nonpfixion. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as notification bell to stay up to date on all content going down on this channel. Appreciate you, love you. Now to the video.
Nah, this ain't nonsense, this is nonfiction. So excuse if the content is offensive, it's official. Now that we have been acquainted, this is my pleasure, my pain, your entertainment.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nonpfixion. This is Ready Set Geek, and we are back after whatever happened. It had to do something with it wasn't the internet, it was the actual browsers. After resetting, everything seems works fine. Browser working fine, internet works fine. Check the internet, did a quick update, and everything on the internet works fine. We're actually going to stop that. We were at about, I'm about 11:47 on the video itself. So we're just going to start it, the clock up. We'll get back into the episode. Yeah, I think I fixed it, Sophia. Whatever was going on with the browsers seems to be working fine now. I did a quick reset. Well, back to the scene where they were fighting, where they were trying to take him out. We're back to right here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But before I got off, you said you said everything was going good with you. Like they didn't see what this dude does and still try to take him out. Just 3 guys. He said he's nothing but a monster. Glad I took that off screen. What TV shows besides this are you watching, Sophia? Or what shows are you that interest you that you like to watch or have watched? Said graphics starting to act and look like a watermelon. Facts. Factual. Oops. I binge watched Simpsons. I've watched all episodes. Wait, I've watched all episodes 3 times. So I'm going for 4. Next will be episode 751. That's crazy. I remember when Simpsons first came out, before like it really became The Simpsons, when they were kind of like black and white characters. Yeah, I used to watch Simpsons all the time, but I just started watching other stuff. I hadn't watched in such a long time. She said a watermelon. Yeah, she did say watermelon. I've been catching up on South Park. You know what? When South Park first came out, watched all that until the the bigger movie, whatever it was called. That was like the last time I watched South Park. I watched that movie in the theaters with my brother, and then that was the last time I watched it. I was like, they just doing way too much. Have you ever seen that movie called Basketball? Silly, but funny. So hope you're doing good, Sync. Oh, you didn't even say Sync. Is it okay if I call you Sync instead of Syncfield? So he's like, oh, so the harvest is what he was looking for. That's why the episode's called that. Say you too, Sophia. Bro's gonna be remembered as a sink. As a sink. She's funny. She's good people. I like her. It's like, who that is? What is that? Oh, that's the transformation thing. She said you win some, you lose some. It's so funny to be British and just be so polite, but being the way she is. Bro, Sonya stepped. Oh yeah, she really did. You know what? When it first came out, damn, she just shot him in the forehead. I'm glad. See, I've been clicking off the video at the right time. I keep missing the blood splatter. Not good to show that on YouTube. But when I first met her, I thought she was gonna be a problem, like a bad guy problem. But come to find out, I like her. I like her. I would definitely work for her. So guy is going to Miss Fury to get help to bury Talos. I wish I didn't actually kill Talos though. I just started watching a show on uh, my brother's Netflix. It's called The Watcher. Oh, have you got? Has anyone seen that? I think I'm like 6 episodes in. That show is crazy. It's weird, intriguing, and it just you don't know what's gonna happen next. It's crazy. I wish Talos would live, but instead we got guy. Yeah, So they're trying to say the Skrulls are Russian, working with the Russians. So funny how art mimics life. I've been getting back into horror movies, so I watched Dead Meat for movie kill counts. Dead Meat is I like the show that's talk about movie kill counts. You know what's interesting? Interesting, Rhodey, the way he's talking here. If any of them really knew him, he wouldn't talk that way. Even if I know he's a military personnel, but he never talks of trying to eliminate people before he try to solve the problem. He would try to solve the problem first. The last result is the elimination. That's why he took the suit or kept the suit. As they wrote his character, he was the most patient person to be in the suit. Dead Meat is a YouTube channel that focuses on horror movies. It tells the movie while counting kills that happen in the movie. Interesting. Can you send me the link for that on IG when you have time? I wouldn't mind checking that out. That could be something I can use on the channel, especially with like some classic movies. Hey, that's the dude from the Black Widow movie. That's the dude from Sure, give me a second. No worries. Yeah, he's from Black Widow movie. He got Black Widow, the the shield jet, the Quinjet. He said, "Try to get a nap. You seem a little grumpy." British people are awesome. British people accents are awesome. Oh, it must be his mom. Her mom's wedding ring. I'm gonna show you guys the process real quick. Travel well to your beyond, Father. Also, for those that are kind of just chilling and watching, the timer is totally wrong. We had an issue. We had to restart the stream. If you notice, it says part 2 at the beginning of the title of the stream. All of a sudden, the internet froze. He said, "Which to the Ready Set Geek? If you're trying to say anything directly to me, to send a Ready Set Geek all the time. The Real Fan Sports. That's mine and my co-hosts. We both watched that one. Lots of leather. That's funny. Ooh, that caught me off guard. And here they come. Ooh, that's nice. He couldn't even make the swing in the house. She shot him before he even had an opportunity. So don't worry, we're still here. It's all good. I know you guys are. They just took a hell of people. Did Nick Fury do a little Mission Impossible thing? I think that's Nick Fury. Yep, he used one of those masks. she she put the radio on. Got UK's finest in the background. So I wonder what other ability did she give herself besides the regeneration from the Terminus? Well, she didn't know Rhodey was a scroll. A scroll. Imagine it starting blasting Freebird. That'd actually be kind of cool, though. So the harvest is the DNA of the Avengers, which I kind of figured when they kept saying it, because I know that so it boils. I know it boils down to them being Avengers, because in the comic some of them were Avengers. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Oops. So only dead men keep secrets. Oh, his tombstone. So they got Thor DNA. Hell no. I mean, I would say he said damn it, options. He got them all over the place. That's hysterical, but it makes sense. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if they got Thor DNA. That's the only one I don't know if they got his DNA. Because I don't think he. Well, no, they could. The only place they could have gotten his blood was in Thor Ragnarok when his eye came out. That's the only time he bled, right? Because he didn't bleed in Thor 1. He didn't bleed in the first Thor. He might have got his ass handed to him, but he didn't bleed. Okay, collecting his stuff. I've been waiting to see the eye patch. I knew it was about to go off. They play with my emotions. What was that name? OT Fantangle? What the hell was that person's name? Captain Marvel. So Loki and Thor 1 looked like a. Well, they had to get up the looks down. They were still working on everybody's final look. Realize that's something crazy. All right, so episode just finished. Stop that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thor's DNA, I will say in Ragnarok. That's the only place. I'm trying to think. Did he bleed in Infinity War? Endgame? I don't think so. He was pissed off. I mean, Spider-Man's he bled a couple times. Yeah, he bled after the end of the first movie. Cap, he bled before he bled. Iron Man bled. And plus, he was in the hospital, so they could have got that easily. You said Thor did bleed in Endgame? I'm trying to remember. My brain is like, nah, son. Yeah, I know. I do. I know. Spidey bled. Spidey bled. Cap bled. Um, Iron Man. He was in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And Cap was in the hospital, so they could have easily got that. That's easy. Cap was frozen for 70 years. They could have got that easily. Black Widow. They could have got that easily. Because she worked for them, so they had her DNA. Hulk's DNA. They had that because of the first movie, so they had plenty of that. Remember? Um, Hawkeye had his DNA. Wanda, where would they have gotten hers? Because I don't remember her ever bleeding. Even though he's dead, they got Quicksilver's DNA. Yeah, I don't remember. Not Wanda's. Dubbing Brothers. So episode 5, Harvest. I think it was a nice prelude to what's supposed to happen. Six. I hope 6 is actually action packed. I know, like the bad thing the bad thing about these short series is there's so much story to build because especially these are part of the continuity, but I say part of it where we know people haven't read most of these comic books and the people that have, is so much more to these stories that could be put into the whole mythos of the story that you technically need more than 6 episodes. Like honestly, if you were to do this, I think fully, if you really want to do this right fully, easily 13 episodes. But these episodes are expensive. That's why they do 6 or 8. Now, as to why Daredevil's getting so many more than everybody else, I have no idea. Because Daredevil's getting 18 episodes for season 1, which is crazy. Bro, I'm still waiting on what if season 2 said early 2013. Well, when they said that was before they made the adjustments to the schedule. And then after they fired the 2 people that were the 2 people from the heads of Marvel. One was who helped, architect the storyline, not the storyline, but architect the movie flows. Like when they came out with Feige, the other one was just one of the heads who kind of cleared everything, allowed everything to go through. Both of them got fired. Well, one says she stepped down, but she actually got fired because she was also she was a producer on another movie for another movie company, and Disney asked her not to promote it until Hawkeye was over. She chose to actually promote it while Hawkeye was going on, and even on the red carpet for Ant-Man. Was it Ant-Man? She was on the Spider-Man. She was on the red carpet for something else, and she was promoting the other story that she was part of. And because it wasn't part of Disney, they didn't like that. So I think, I want to say about 2-3 months ago, they pretty much gave her papers to walk. Bro, Hollywood fallen actors say they move into indie. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I have a few friends that's from that's in the movie world, and it feels good to be part of projects and stuff like that. But unless you the super big names, your money ain't consistent. Just because you might see somebody's face a lot of times, don't mean they'll make a lot of money. Especially now with streaming services. Now, am I happy that streaming services exist? Yes, because it destabilized cable. That was really the point for me, is like for it to destabilize cable. Um, that was the biggest step. Now the problem is that the industry got greedy with that destabilization. Felt like, oh well, now we don't have to pay Comcast, we don't have to pay Spectrum, we don't have to pay Cox, we don't have to pay Sky West, whatever that's called, to just be on their platforms or their channel. I mean, or their services. We can do we can do it independently. Have create our own streaming service or partner with another company, and make our own money. We don't have to pay nobody else. So initially, that should have worked, which it still technically is. Is the problem is everybody's trying to have a streaming service when everybody don't need to have a streaming service. Paramount don't need to have a streaming service. Um, like the main ones that should have one is Disney Plus, because they have Fox. They have enough to contain it, because they have Hulu as well. Now, HBO Max, or Max has enough to maintain itself. Like they have probably the biggest. Even though I use Disney Plus a lot, Max probably has the best catalog of all streaming services. Now, if Disney would kind of get off their high horse and stop trying to be this, oh, we're just this mom and pop facility where we only have stuff for kids. If they really want to make money, they would incorporate a whole lot more of the Fox catalog. They're thinking Mickey Mouse instead of thinking real dollar signs. Because for the price, even though you can get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus for like $16. That is a hell of a deal. That is a hell of a deal, because right now base max is what, $10? I think it's $10. So to be able to get 3 platforms for $16 that is a heck of a deal. Now, if Paramount and I forgot what the other one's called, it's like 2 other ones. If they were smart, a lot of them would join forces, and not like, oh, we're going to buy you out. No, just join the streaming services. Put the services together. So, brother, streaming service, it's crazy. Disney CEO has been talking about something Disney. Yeah, he definitely talking about something Disney Plus. Which, if they do, they're going to lose so much money, and they're gonna, that would probably be part of the downfall of Disney. Because what you're going to sell Disney Plus. They talk about selling Disney Plus, talk about selling Marvel. Why would you sell something that makes you the most money? That doesn't make any sense. So what, you gonna go back to just doing theme parks that are losing money because you guys are raising prices when you don't need to be raising prices? You actually need to be lowering prices. If you want people to go, lower prices. Let me see. Hold on. So we have Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Peacock, Max, Paramount, Hulu, Fubu, ESPN Plus, Tubi, Stars, Showtime, AMC, Apple Music. Well, let's stay with TV, just TV. Now, if I was Paramount, if I was Peacock, I would join forces. I would join forces with another big company. Like, put them all together. Peacock, Paramount, Showtime, Stars, AMC, join forces. Have one solid platform. Figure out how much it's going to cost. Figure out how much you want to take from each one, and split that money properly. Because Paramount and Peacock don't make enough money to solidify themselves. I think Peacock and the streaming service wars is like 7th or 8th. Paramount, I think, is 6th or 5th. It's Netflix, Disney, or Netflix, Hulu, Prime Disney, or Disney Prime. No, actually, take that back. It's Netflix, Hulu. It might be Max, Disney Prime, and I think those are the top ones. Because Showtime Like, who? Nobody really watches Showtime anymore. Showtime is so irrelevant to the whole world of streaming. Yeah, Tubi's not doing good. It's not. That's another company that needs to work with somebody else. Like Tubi, if they were smart, they would work with YouTube. Go to YouTube, be a part of YouTube service, make it with something additional, or even or join up, or let Sling TV buy you out. Let me see. See streaming services by subscribers. The best streaming service. That's not. How do you write a whole thing and it doesn't get okay? Streaming service by subscribers. Okay, so it's Netflix, which we knew because Netflix has been around the longest, so that makes sense. Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime's been around the second longest. Then you have Disney Plus, and then Tencent Video, but that's in another country. Then iKey, that's from another country. You have HBO Max is 6, Paramount is 7th, Hulu. I thought Hulu was higher than that. They must have lost subscribers. Hulu is 8th, Apple TV is 9th, Stars is 13th, ESPN is 15th, Peacock is 18th. Peacock has 22 million subscribers. Peacock should join forces with Stars and Paramount Plus because they don't have enough quality content that people want to watch. That's even though they have content, they have TV shows and movies, but they're not getting the subscribers because the subscribers are going to Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, HBO Max for the United States. This list I have is just for the entire world. So because as long as Netflix, they need to actually lower their prices because the reason why their prices are going up is because they keep trying to get bigger and bigger on their productions, but they're not making money on the productions. So because they're not making money on the productions, they charge the customer more. That's why the price is going up. Said, bro, what you said? The Marvels put out some set photos. Carol suit looks better. Does it really? I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen the set photos. I was not feeling well earlier, so I was laying down. Then I got up to edit, and as I was editing, I was getting ready for this. Bro, there's so many streaming services, crazy. Yeah, I saw that. Tubi and Double Nope. Bro, I found the one show that's only on Tubi, and I was so annoyed. Like, the show isn't even on TV. What show is that? I know there's shows on Tubi, but I don't ever check out Tubi because I just saw how Tubi is basically free. So it's like I don't understand why you're a service because you can get on there and it didn't say anything about paying anything. The first time I looked at Tubi, to be honest, was last week to watch. I watched this documentary called Behind the Curve. It was about the flat earthers. But you don't have to register. You don't have to set up a profile. You don't have to pay anything necessarily, and you can watch everything. So it's like, what is your purpose? Like, you can't claim that you can't be a part of competition if you're not trying to actually make money. Fresh meat, it has Ashton, so I was interested. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay, I see. The Jeffrey Dahmer thing, or the other. Wait, there's multiple things called fresh meat on here. There's a lot of things on here called fresh meat. I was low key waiting for them to mention the Fantastic Four or something. Other heroes to be a soft introduction to stuff. I know, they're not going to introduce Fantastic Four this way. Not to here. No, I couldn't see that. They're going to introduce them on the biggest screen possible because they already know that the biggest complaint with a lot of these shows is not everybody has Disney Plus. So because of that, they're not going to do that. Even if they see something there and people mention it, they're not. I don't think they would get a big enough boost for people. It's a fucking for people to actually. Oh, they're going to go buy Disney Plus just to watch that one scene. They're not going to do that. But if they put it in a movie, people will go to the theater. They'll pay the $9 to go to the theater to see the movie in introduction, but I doubt they would do it on Disney Plus. I feel like this is going to lead into Marvels, and then yes, it's going to lead to Marvels. It's definitely leading to Marvels. Then another movie when it's actually going to be on the scale it deserves. Yeah, well, I think it's going to lead to the Marvels, which is also going to tie into um is Secret Wars, I believe. I believe it's going to tie into Secret Wars. Hey, they introduced mutants on Disney Plus. Not just a name drop. You said just a name drop. I mean, they could have. Yeah, they could have done that. And you mean with the when they were showing where they got the powers from for the Super Skrull? They could have, but I think because they haven't introduced them at all, I just don't see them doing that. And the mutant things, introducing the mutants, they had to do that. Well, because they weren't going to do what are they called? They weren't going to do the Inhumans again because of how Fox destroyed that. So that's the only reason why I think they did that. Because I don't see how this is going to get wrapped up in the Marvels. Well, because I think it's just a Skrull connection. I think that's part of it. That's the only thing I think. Because they're still active, out. They're not just on Earth. So I feel like they will connect the shows and movies to try to push people to pay for Disney Plus or end up pirating. I mean, they could. There's a lot of pirate platforms that have actually gotten shut down within the last couple months. One I used to watch quite faithfully, it got shut down. It has been active for some years. They posted a thing on their website saying they're finally going to shut down. They finally just they couldn't get it back up, and they're shutting down. Which I was like, that sucks, because that one I could find everything. There wasn't nothing I could not find. Well, we'll take that back. Then a lot of Netflix stuff you can't find. Well, I couldn't find on there, but there, I mean, most of the shows technically connect, just because of the characters, because they're all part of the same universe. But certain ones specifically connect because they work together. Like, if you notice, the guy who was piloting the plane that picked up Fury, that connects this to Black Widow because he's from Black Widow. So that connects that connects it to the main universe immediately. Finding websites is easy. It's just a matter of how long the site is up. Sometimes, because I mean, like I said, the site I used to use is no longer there. There's one I do look at, but that one it has a lot of stuff. The only problem is that they do like a paid service. So if there's too many people on there from the paid side that's watching, they'll cut off the free side. I'm starting to see how this will loosely connect to the Brave New World and Thunderbolts. Well, because I think that and Secret Wars is all going to tie into the Brave New World. I mean, you technically could connect it, but brother. Oops, wrong thing. Oh, that's so loud. But I mean, I'm actually looking forward to the Brave New World show, the movie. I can't wait to see him on the big screen as Cap, the new Cap. How many seasons is this? Just one. Just one. Honestly, I wish Marvel had more horror themed things. I mean, they technically, well, they're not like fully horror, but they do have like monster based type stuff, like monster based horror and like vampires stuff like that. But we won't really get introduced to that, any of that, until after the Blade situation. They may, we may get some of that from the Marvel Zombies, but I think that's going to be animation. I don't think that's going to be live action. To be honest, I don't think it's going to be live action. And the Blade stuff, they're still writing a script, so they added um they added a writer from True Crimes that knows the lead actor. So they added another writer just probably like about a month ago, a month and a half ago. So no, maybe that's 2 months ago. But I mean, regardless, they got that movie probably got pushed back a whole year at least because since everything else got pushed back, that's getting pushed back. Even though it'd probably be cool if they could have released it sooner. I hope they give a true nod to Wesley in there. Like you gotta, even though I don't know if they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it. But if they could do a nod to Wesley, that'd be fire. That'd be fire. So I feel so bad for writers. Yeah, it's after like just from talking to people, especially other reactors that are close to Hollywood and know people, it kind of how the writers get done. So most like writing rooms, it'll probably be like 5, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 writers for a script. But with streaming services, because they had to cut corners on different things, they cut corners on writers. Make make writers work twice as much in a short amount of time, and then and then like kick them to the curb so you can get the stuff done faster. It's the same thing for graphics. That's why some CGI doesn't look good. It's because they either go to get a cheaper quote, go to a company that's not as talented as the major companies, or they force them in whatever they get done in a certain time period. How it looks is how it looks. Same, Sophia. That's why Werewolf by Night was fire. That's one. You know what? I still have to actually watch that. I actually did not have Disney Plus when that came out, so I still had to watch that. I have not watched it yet. So Wild Up is good, just not big on black and white since it's hard for me to see because of my eyesight. Oh, that sucks. Because I think for horror or thriller or what's the other term? But for those, I think black and white works really well, especially when you want to do blood, because then you can do almost almost as much as you want because the biggest determinant in blood is the color. The color is what makes the ratings change. That's why like the old school directors would do black and whites because it affected but not as bad as color, which is stupid, but it's true. But besides the Simpsons and horror stuff, what else are you guys watching, Sophie and Sinkfield? I never understood Miss Marvel hate. It was vibrant and actually fit the character instead of it just being happy go lucky. I okay, so I know I talked about this before, but I don't think you guys were either. You guys were here. So usually when they start to talk about characters, or at least when Marvel starts to talk about characters, I start to pay attention to specific ones they speak about early in advance. So when they started talking about a possibility of there being a Miss Marvel like 3 4 years ago, is kind of around when they first started really getting like doing the storyline. Let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, so like Kamala Khan first appeared in Marvel. like around 2013, 2014. Now, 2013, I remember hearing about the character, and there is a person, a cosplayer that I follow on my other Instagram channel, other Instagram page, that she was a big fan, and she's also from the same area. Um, and that's why I started paying attention to what she was talking about, how she was talking about the character. That was interesting. And I, being a person, a black man, I love to see characters of color being represented. So when I first heard about it, looked it up, and on like an old phone, you could easily buy comics on your phone. So I bought the first two or three of her story. Was reading about it, really liked how they introduced her, liked how they kind of put the emphasis on the family and how culturally it was kind of accurate from from my point of view. In college, most of my close friends were from India, Bangladesh, Jordan, Kuwait. Like they were from those countries, so it actually was cool to read that because of the things I remember hearing for 5, 6, 7 years from friends, and I just could see, I could visualize the story so much better when she would talk about, or when parents talk about home. But I just liked the character. I really liked the character. Read the story, liked it. I've had listened to different audiobooks with her, like one with her and Wolverine, and her and Squirrel Girl, and how they tried to they went through a phase and made her and Squirrel Girl best friends. Love Squirrel Girl. I hate that they canceled her TV show like 3 years ago, but so I really liked her. So I read the character. I was happy that they were bringing her to the universe, and I knew that part of it was because representation was one, but part of it was because they were trying to create the Young Avengers. And with them creating Young Avengers, I know they're trying to get other cultures to be forefronted, so they can get more people to come see the movies that feel represented in the movies, not just Black Panther style. You know what I'm saying? Not just Black Panther, but so I was happy. Then when I watched the series, I love that series. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that series. I had so much fun watching it. I did. I started out actually when it first came out was doing like I would watch it and I would edit it and upload to the channel, but then my computer just died on me, so I couldn't do none of that. So because of that, when I came back to finally get to watch it again, I just did what I'm doing now is a live stream, watch it, and then do it that way. I still got to finish She-Hulk. I got like 3 episodes left of She-Hulk, I believe. I never understood, but the hate as far as Miss Marvel, the reason why the hate is there is because one, she's female, she's the lead character, she's not American, she's not from, she doesn't represent your typical American character, which no disrespect to anybody, that's white. She doesn't represent that, so people hate that. People hate to see that, and it's weird because like not every hero has to be white. Not every hero has to be male. Not every hero has to be straight. Shit, it doesn't matter, to be honest. And because of that, people they wanted to hate. And I try to explain to people that every series, every episode, like I said that you guys last time, is like its own individual comic book. But also, it's not every movie, every TV show is not written for everybody. It's written for specific people in mind. It's written to connect to certain people. And the fact that people can't understand that, it's not my fault. That's their fault. You said in Texas, most of us are brown, and I felt so happy about America Chavez, but was just disappointed with people's reactions. Oh yeah, I was definitely disappointed with people's reactions. I couldn't understand it. There was this so there was this group of creators that when I first kind of started doing a lot more comic book stuff when I first got on, I noticed that they were watching my content, and then a couple of them reached out and kind of chopped up a little bit. But I'll be on their live streams, watch them talk, and there was one guy he would always talk about, oh, they trying to do Black Panther and all this representation, but his favorite character was Captain America, and I really wanted to tell him was like, your favorite character is a character. The only reason why he got famous is because the United States government commissioned Marvel to make more Captain America comics because they wanted to bolster the fact that people needed to fight for the American culture, but they also wanted more people to join the military. So Captain America in the beginning was used as propaganda for the American military. I'm like, but yeah, you're mad because Sam Wilson as Captain America is now putting across the ideals that Black Americans, brown Americans have a struggle that white Americans don't have. You have a problem with that when your favorite character is all about propaganda. His whole existence is because of propaganda. He's called Captain America. He's nothing but propaganda. As much as I love Chris Evans as Captain America, I do know that he's propaganda. And I'm in Texas too. So you say I got this game called Marvel Midnight Suns. How was that game? And the DLC character was Storm. And I love that she was included in the game. You know, I did see somebody's gameplay. I did see that she was in there. But how did you like that game? I remember seeing the advertisements for it. Yes, yes. I don't get when people. I didn't like how you said the suit did nothing for her. You mean like not making it look a certain way, or what do you mean? I mean, because if you talk about it's a good game, it's card based, so most people don't. Oh, I did not know that. I did I know that that first trailer I saw. Well, the first trailer was just the character. It really didn't show the game. So you said no from Endgame. Well, I mean, I wasn't necessarily looking at her cakes like that. Like when Miss Marvel came out the sky and started fighting Thanos, people were so mad that she was giving him the business. Like, why are you mad? Her powers come from the damn fucking Infinity Stone. Like, how are you upset? She, like, I was like, people were mad because when she came into the picture, she became one of the strongest in the universe. Who cares? Who cares? As long as they freaking save the day. Said Stark said to Cap on that mission in New York. Like I don't get that. Like I'm like, this is not Dragon Ball Z. I don't care about the power scaling, as long as it looks like it fits the character and as long as it fits the story. I don't care if she's stronger. She's Captain Marvel. She should be, or she should be that damn strong. She's made from a damn Infinity Stone. You said I heard y'all talking about Cal. I just thought about that. We need that Carol versus Thor, and what if that'd have been cool? That'd have been cool. That actually been pretty funny. But just like when you look at what if, when you get to what if towards the end, and that Doctor Strange, you know, people that didn't watch What If didn't realize when they watched Doctor Strange, What If and Doctor Strange, the madness, was connected. It's the same. That's the same Strange at the end of the movie. It's from the cartoon. Like, did anybody not notice that? It's the same evil one. That's the same one. Like I love that part about it. I was like, okay, I like how they connected that. That was dope. That was dope. I still think it's hilarious how they kept killing off Stark though. But yeah, usually when they introduce or they start talking about new characters they think they're gonna introduce that I haven't like ever read about or am unfamiliar with, I'll try to find some way to read about them. You know, so like I still for DC, I need to go read up on Blue Beetle. I only know what I saw like in the cartoons. I don't know his full story. And what I've read on what was that one page? It's not Wikipedia. It's another one for DC, like a DC fandom page. But they like break down his whole story. So stupid. But that would have been interesting. The Thor versus Carol, and if they did her and him in the zombie one, you know what I'm saying, and made them fight each other, that could be cool. What were your thoughts on lower levels in the MCU in terms of people saying there's no consistency in who's stronger than who, whether it's against villains or other heroes? Well, the problem is because they're telling a visualized story, it has to be tamed somehow. Like the unfortunately they kill off their villains most of the time, so villains have to die. So they can't be infinitely strong. They just can't. You know, it's not like the comics where it takes a 12 comic arc to finally take them out or eliminate them or arrest them. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that type of time. I don't necessarily like it, you know, because even when you look at Thanos, you know what I'm saying, the way they did his story wasn't horrible because there's times where they made him pretty strong, and then there's times where he wasn't that strong. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, kind of got punched around a little bit there, but he put hands on Hulk and made Hulk, you know, cower down, which also was sucky. But I understand that they couldn't. The people got mad about that, but had to understand because of the contract that they had with what was that, Paramount? The contract they had, they could only do so much for him on the big screen. That was part of their contract. They couldn't do that much. They could only do a little bit. So they kind of had to eliminate him out the picture so he wouldn't be a part of it for the entire movie. They just had to. Until now, the contract is over now. He has reverted back to Marvel. Him and Namor. Sophia said they did Gore dirty, Love and Thunder. See, now Gore was somebody I had to read about too because I never read that story. But when I read about him and what I see in the movie, yeah, I don't like how I don't like how they changed his look because the look in the comics it's kind of badass. They did that. Then if he's supposed to be walking around with the God Killer, he only killed the pretty much the flower guy in the beginning. That's the only time you really seen him do any real damage. That was okay, but it's like there were scenes when towards the end when he captured all the girls, all the women, and the kids at the one point. The way they kind of taking that story, it kind of felt horror-ish, like they were going to a horror realm, but then they just left it. Like they kind of nodded towards it, and then they left it. Now, if they would took him into a super dark realm, a dark area where he's kind of did a lot of damage, that would probably made for a hell of a story. And then it would show Thor actually overcoming something. So they got the Miss Marvel actor to help write the yes. But if you've seen her in interviews and know how much of a geek she is, it's actually not a bad move. It's not a bad move at all because she is truly a Marvel fanboy. Like she truly is. Because if you, I don't know if you ever seen the story, bro, she's freaking awesome. I love her as an actress. I think she's so dope and so young and kind of carefree-ish. But I love that about her. Like I said, when you see her talk, you see like her geeky innocence. And like they picked the right person, and the story is such a good story. And she actually reads the comics. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the other actresses and actors don't read them. I know a lot of them don't read them until they get to play the characters. Some do, some have. I know that for sure because even with like Cumberbatch, I know he read Doctor Strange beforehand before he even got the character. I know that Evans used to read him. You know, so you know that. Um, we know that Henry Cavill used to read them beforehand. We know that, but not all of them do, and that's okay. It's fine. You know. But sometimes, you know, they don't know their purpose until they get the character. But if you ever heard the story, So we were always told that the current MCU is 616. It is not 616. And who actually figured it out was Iman Vellani. And she actually kind of chin checked Kevin Feige over and said that she proved like 2 years ago, maybe, or a year and a half ago, something like that, that it was Earth 199999. And nobody said that. Nobody said anything about it being different. Everybody thought it was Earth 616, but it's not. It's not Earth 616. So with this rumor, the Igor is looking to sell. Oh, Igar is looking to sell. How would that work in terms of marketing, making projects? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm calling out Iman Vellani, Samuel Jackson, Sal Ashton are going to be my favorite part of the Marvel so far, other than Goose. Could be. Most actors read the comics because of getting Marvel. Iman got the role because she already liked Marvels. Yeah, yes. Like I said, she truly was a geek. She was truly a geek beforehand. And I think that's what made the selection a dope selection. It was almost like they did a cosplay kind of competition, and she came with the Ross cosplay, but ended up becoming not just winning the cosplay contest, becoming an actor in the story. Like she really did that. Like I can't wait to actually see Tayona Parrish. I love her as Monica Rambeau. It'll be interesting to see what the issue is between them, and I just believe it's because because Carol left when her mom got sick and never came back. And I'm going to say that Carol, I think when she didn't get her powers at this point, but when she came back, I want to in some way somehow I think she actually gave her mother the radiation poison or the cancer. It's going to be connected somehow. I'm telling you, it's going to be connected somehow. It's going to be the reasoning why Monica Rambeau actually got her powers. It's going to be some cancer based issue that's going to be because of radiation poisoning from Carol Danvers. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling they're going to do that story. And that's going to be part of the reason why she's going to be pissed because it's all because of her. Oh, you did say they did post some of the pictures. Let's see. Let's check Twitter. Bro, Goose is awesome and adorable. Goose. Oh, I gotta Miss Marvels. Marvels. Bro, I hope they give Photon a nice suit. Yeah, I hope so too. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. I'm looking at the entertainment exclusive picture. They definitely Miss Marvel definitely got a new suit. And the suit that Monica's wearing actually pretty fire. Kind of reminiscent of the comic book suit. And the fact they kind of keeping her with the natural hair, reminiscent of the comic book original character. I think the people that be talking so much trash on the characters, it's like all you guys. All people that talk trash are the ones who pay for the check mark on Twitter. It's like you pay for a check mark. You're not special because you have 20 followers. I think that's hilarious. There's so many people with check marks that are just talking trash on the picture. I can't stand people. And then on here on YouTube, all the negative channels that they just look forward to a DC or Marvel film bombing, so like all they can talk about is negativity. Like, dude, y'all y'all lives are miserable. You're absolutely miserable. I feel sorry for people who just that's all they do is just get on to just talk trash. So why is every person that's talking bad on this picture has a check mark? That's so weird. That is so weird to me. You got 128 followers with a check mark. What are you doing? You're 44. Like everybody has, every single one of them have a check mark. You got 5 followers with a check mark. This is kind of crazy. This is crazy. You don't even have any posts. What do you have a check mark for? Check mark is to get your content ahead of everybody else's, but you don't even say nothing. That's wild. This is wild. I've never seen a post that has that every single person has a check mark in the comments. I've never seen that before. This is I've never this is like shocking. Every person commenting negativity about the picture is checkmarked. I've finally seen one that's not checkmarked. That's wild. Wow. Okay. That's that's so much. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. I don't know what to say about that one. That's sad though. That's sad. Um, say, imagine Fury having to admit to Kamala that he lost his eye because of Goose. So stupid. She's definitely not gonna like that. But you know what people talk about Kamala Khan? They don't. Do they even realize that out of every single show on Disney Plus that has come out, Kamala Khan is the only one, the only show. Miss Marvel is the only show when it comes to the market of selling any properties afterwards that has killed the game on selling um, comics, toys, figurines, cosplays, costumes. Because she's like number one. Nobody's done better than she has. Um, Said verification on Twitter is proof that you waste money. Oh yeah, it's proof when you have 5 followers. When you have 5 followers, but you have a check mark. What are you doing? What are you doing? Bro, people be bombing shows and movies before they even come out. Yeah, that actually irritates me. Channels like Nerd Droid, Critical Drinker, all those they are just itching for more. Yeah, oh yeah. There's a couple that I've never followed, but because I do content that's where I do reactionary content. But there's people that I follow that do reactionary content that are actually really good at they're really good at it. They're unbiased. They do have some biases, like I have some biases, but we admit to them. We don't act like, oh, I love everything, and then come out and just dog a certain thing because undercover we don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. But a lot of those other channels, they're not honest. They even clickbait. They clickbait their thumbnails. They clickbait their titles. And the whole thing about clickbaiting is we're not supposed to do that, but they don't ever get in trouble for it. But let me clickbait one title, one thumbnail, I'm gonna get a strike. I'm gonna get penalized for it. I already know I will. So I don't. I'm honest about what I talk about. My facial expressions are honest. It's not fake. I don't do that. But I remember when Miss Marvel first came out, and people were just dogging it, dogging it, dogging it. I remember reading somebody's comments on Twitter, and they were just talking about how bad it was. And then another person said, "Have you actually even watched the show?" And as soon as they said no, I was like, "Do not listen to this person. They're talking trash without even watching it. They haven't sat down and watched one single frame besides the trailer. Like, that's just stupid." So Everything Always is one of the only channels I find with actually positive and true news on the Marvel. Yeah, Everything Always is dope. So, let me see. Everything Always is dope. As far as reactionary content, Real Rejects is fire. I know we talked about this last time, but Real Rejects, John Campia, he does have his biases because his biases is because the industry kind of is going at him right now. So he does have some bias, but he's still a pretty dope creator because a lot of people that we all technically watch are kind of birthed out of his content. Let me see. Where's the other dudes? Because my brain is not. See, like this one, somebody has made a Green Lantern teaser trailer, and this can't be real. This can't. People people need to put concepts when it's supposed to be a concept. Cosmic Wonder is good. Screen Crush is pretty cool. Screen Crush is pretty cool. Where's the other ones at? Of course, New Rock Stars, good peoples. I like Miss Marvel. She's a much better teenager than Peter Parker, in my opinion. I mean, I don't necessarily. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that's the reason why I like Tom so much because he was actually believable as a teenager. Because when he started, he was technically a teenager. It wasn't like Toby, who wasn't a teenager. Toby was like 30 years old. Screen culture is not bad, but sometimes they're kind of iffy. They're kind of iffy. Emergency Awesome. Emergency Awesome also has really good. Emergency also has really good Marvel content. Star Wars, DC. They do a good cover. Screen culture is the ultimate nemesis for fake trailers. Yes, yes, they are. He hides it so vaguely yet markets it and uploads them. I think there was a trailer that came out and people were talking about it and people were reacting to it. Like there was an actual trailer for something. I can't remember. I want to say it was not Black Panther, Black Widow. I think it was Black Widow. So I was looking for the trailer. I went on the Marvel page, and the Marvel page. I couldn't find it on there. Like Marvel, the way they set up, it doesn't always show up at the top. Sometimes they show whatever TV series on Disney Plus they're talking about. So that shows it first a lot of times, and then it came across Screen Culture, and I pulled it up, and I was looking at it like this. I don't think this is it, but I saw it, so I was like, I'm not gonna react to this. I'm just gonna watch it, and I put it on, and it wasn't. It was. They took pieces of her acting from other shows and other movies, and her stuff in Iron Man and Iron Man Two, and they re-edited it together. And I'm like, you don't even put that. It's a concept. Like you don't put it as a concept or anything. So I mean, I don't like that they do that because they get hundreds of thousands of views on it, but no one knows it's a concept. They don't do that. And I don't think that's right. I think that is actually that's the epitome of you're definitely faking the funk. I really like kind of culty. I don't think I've seen that. Let's see. Yeah, I've never seen kind of culty before. Cover comic book movies, entertainment. I'll subscribe to them. I'll check them out later. Screen Culture also edit fake thumbnails and fake trailers. Yes, they do. They do. And sometimes some of them look pretty damn realistic. Um, but but as far as like reactionary people, the Marvel Bros, I like them a lot. They're good people. The movie couple, I love them. They're awesome. Um, of course, Real Rejects, um, New Rock Stars, Everything Always. He does reactions every once in a while. Alashia Queen, like she hasn't really she used to do it a lot, but she doesn't do that much anymore. I know she has her family now, but Comics Explain is fire. Um, I mean, beyond the trailer, she's one of the elder statesmen when it comes to reactions and movie content. She's been around for a long time. My one complaint about her is her voice. She's always so effing loud. I'm like, do you when you edit, you don't realize how loud you are? Like you don't realize how loud you are? Like when I record and I always have to put my stuff in editing in post because I have to raise my volume up. My voice, as you can tell, the octave of my voice is not loud. So I have to raise it in post and then I upload the video. So the Marvel Bros. Yes, Marvel Bros. Here, I'll give you a link to them. Oh, they're live right now, actually. Here, let me see. They're like me, a small channel. You know what I'm saying? But I like them. I like them a lot. They do good content. They're good people. But yes, if you guys don't mind, subscribe to them. They're a small channel like myself. They're still trying to grow but they have good content. And two guys that work on the channel. I wish I had a partner for this channel. Like I have a partner for my other channel, but I wish I had a partner for this channel. If I had a partner for this channel, I would love to do more live streams with a secondary person. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about stuff and even podcasting style. Because I would like to make stuff turn it into a podcast. That'd be fire. To be honest, that'd be fire. But yeah, check them out. If you like I said, they're live right now. If you go over there, tell them Nonpfixion sent you. But and just say hi. If you do click on it, say hi. Tell them what's up. And subscribe to the channel. Show them some freaking love. They are fire. They're dope. Like there's so many things I wish I did have extra on this channel. Like I wish I had somebody that I can work with as far as editor, somebody that I can, if we get to the point of making money, that I can pay them. I know I can't pay nobody right now, but there's so much content I want to do. I just don't have time because I'm trying to. I got so much to do on the other channel, trying to look for a job. So, and you probably say, well, if you don't have a job, you have all the time in the world. It feels that way, but when you're trying to sit and edit, time flies. It literally flies. um, but yeah, the movie couple, they are awesome. The Wendy and Dustin, that's their names. Wendy, she helped me so much. You said you had to make thumbnails. We might have to talk, man. But I mean, I like I said, I would love to work with. Would love to be able to find somebody I can work with. I just don't have. I don't have the funds to pay anybody. That's the problem. I don't have the funds to pay anybody. That's why I don't really reach out to nobody. I talked to one guy. One guy I met on Instagram. He does content. He does music too. And he talked. He said he might be able to help do some editing because I want to do. So basically, you know what? Let me drop you a link so you guys can see what I'm talking about. What I want to do. What I want to. I kind of go back to. Um, Say Art Spear Entertainment has animated funny stuff based on movies. If you ever want to laugh, they have a superhero all out brawl. Do they really? Art Spear Entertainment. I'll check them out. Hold on one second. I want to send you guys show you a link of what I did before. Because this I didn't know my camera's over here, so but what we're doing here is not how I always would do the watch parties. So what I would in the very beginning, I did it this way because I started out with Game of Thrones. Those we used to hit. There used to be like 200 people in the street. Man, I miss those days. Those days, and it's crazy because those days it was before I used to get actual subscriptions because people would just watch, but not everybody subscribed. I never got that part. Like to watch a channel multiple times for months and just don't subscribe. This is like, But anyways, so what I would do is like a show like this. I would watch it, but I wouldn't watch it on stream. I would watch it and watch it by myself, edit it together, where I would take out bits and pieces and make an edited video of it and upload that. Now, I did that for Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I really enjoyed doing them that way. Like that was fun. That was so fun because you get so much more reach. I get so much more reach with my edited content than I do with my live stream content. Especially now that the strike is gone. Once the strike is gone, all of a sudden I'm going back to double and triple figures on videos. So I'm like, when I had that strike for that 3 months, there's videos I was pushing that should have gotten views that was getting like 4 views. But then as soon as that strike went away, the following week, all of a sudden I'm back. Okay, that one has 20, that has 40. Oh, that got 1,000. I got 300. I got like And they kept saying when you get a strike that it doesn't affect your channel, like it doesn't change your reach. That's now I know for a fact that is not the truth. That is not the truth. Let's see. So, just to show you, I'm gonna send you a link right now. Here. So if you can, I don't know if you're on your phone, if you're on a computer, or whatever, but that link right there is how I did Falcon and Winter Soldier. So you can see what it looks like. You take, what was it, 45-minute episode or 35-minute episode. You watch it, you edit the video with the live stream, then you cut out pieces that are irrelevant because you're either not talking and just watching, and you only post the parts where you kind of say something or parts that's kind of relevant to trying to tell the story without showing the entire show, because that of course is legal because that's copyright. But if you notice, most people mostly do it with Disney, Marvel, because they don't really copyright strike people. They might claim it, but they won't strike it. Warner Brothers, DC, they'll copyright claim just about everything. Netflix doesn't always copyright claim. They do specific things because sometimes it deals with the music that's in them. So lots of actors and writers are talking about working for large YouTube creators to keep working and get paid decent. I mean, there's some YouTube creators they make some money. Like, okay, you said you live in Texas. I had applied for a job with this company, and I didn't know what the company was because I was with the in between person. But come to find out, it was a YouTuber from Austin, from Austin, and she does like children's content. She does cartoons. She does like she does voiceover work for cartoons, but also she has a live channel where it's her and her friends, and they do skits for kids. They do stuff for children. It's all based for young kids. And when I started checking out her channel, I had never heard of this channel, but she has 2 or 3 channels that she needed editors for. I don't have the editing system that she needed, so I wasn't able to do it. So the job, of course, I couldn't get it, which I would have loved to get this job. But when I checked out her channel, I was like, damn, she has 3 channels. 2 of them, the first one, the one that I know kids that's meant directly for the kids. I think she has like 7, 8 million subscribers. The second one, where she does cartoon skits, weird like live stream kind of gaming live streams, but for kids, has like 4 or 5 million. And then there's another one where it's like vlog stuff. That one has like 2 million. I'm thinking, damn, you got 3 channels. Collectively, you're sitting almost 12, 13 million subscribers. So I know you get crazy. And her numbers, her views were crazy. I was like, wow. I was like, one day, one day I'm gonna get at least one video to get something crazy. I mean, on this channel, on our sports channel, some of our videos actually do pretty good. Some of our videos do pretty good. Because I think, let me see. Actually, let me look because one of our recent big videos just surpassed all of our videos in views in the last 12 days. We were like, what the hell? It's gotten almost like 80,000 views in 12 days, which is freaking fire. Oh, what was that one channel you said? You said it was Art Spear Entertainment. Art Spear. Oops. Said Markiplier has show stuff and has offers, so actors and writers check. Oh yeah, he's working on a movie right now. Markiplier's working on a movie. Markiplier's working on a movie. Greg Alba, I think he's writing one. Oh, there's another reactor. He's working on one right now too. Oh, and then Star Wars Theory, they're working on a movie right now. So I know there's at least 4. I know there's and they're all those channels are 1 million plus subscribers. Of course, Markiplier is the biggest one, but all of them are 1 million plus subscribers, and they're all working on movies right now. Art Spear Entertainment. It's so crazy when you think about how many freaking creators are on YouTube. It's even though there's probably like I think there's 100, there's 200. Whoa, that's loud. There's 220 active YouTube channels, but I think there's something like 22 or 15. Oh, it's 15 or 18 million actual content creators. I know those numbers off. Super Showdown Bowl. What? Why did he just throw up on Professor X? Oh, you know what? I might have seen 1 or 2 of these before. I never did the channel. I seen it um on TikTok or Instagram because the art style looks very familiar. Actually, let's subscribe to this. We'll put the notice on so I can remember. I won't forget about it. Oh, this is the person you're talking about. You said Zaw. I'm probably saying her name wrong. What have I seen her in? Doctor Who. That's what I've seen her in. Yeah, I've seen her in Doctor Who and Misfits. Misfits is actually really good if you haven't seen it. Okay. Hollywood's breaking, so India films and YouTube are stepping up. And, you know, India, they produce a lot of films. A lot of films. Okay, so my numbers are totally off. It says YouTube is the second most visited site in the world, which is second to Google, which is it's funny because they're the same thing. There are 51 million channels on YouTube, 51 million, but only 38 million of those are considered active. And I think it's where's the other number? And that's what's trippy is because with so many active channels, there are people that, and those are just people that are searching and watching stuff. They're not necessarily creators. And so if there's like 35 million channels that are active, like consistently, out of that 35 million, 15 million are actual content creators. Which is when you think about those numbers, that's so crazy. That's so freaking crazy. And then when you look at like the numbers for channels, where it's like how many, just as simple as how many channels have 10,000 subscribers. And I know it sounds like a lot, but 2.9 million out of 15 million creators, that's actually not a lot. Vivzy Pop makes anime stuff, but most writers join the strike in support. They're probably the writers are probably, if they're part of the WGA, then they have to. They technically have no choice. That's another name that looks familiar too. Oh, you know what? I just saw this a couple weeks back because I saw the animation. I'd never seen the animation before. Wait, they got sued? Yeah, did I know that? Interesting. Who did they get sued by? I have to go check that out. Yeah, I saw the animation. I thought about doing like some reactions to their content, but I wanted to check out them a little bit more first before I do that because not everybody is just cool with you just doing reactions to their stuff, even though it's just free promotion. But some people just don't care. Their show Hell of a Boss is nice, but every episode comes out like a month between. Yeah, see, the Hell of a Boss is where I've seen. I don't know where I've seen it. I might have seen it on here, but then I saw it and I just subscribed to the channel. But I subscribe. It's one of those things where I subscribed to the channel and just forgot, forgot to go back because there's so much other stuff I've been doing with the sports channel we have. Like I said, the sports channel. I just put up a video yesterday for we're currently doing the record predictions for the NFL season upcoming season So we're doing individual videos for each team. So before I was started the live stream, I was actually editing for my Colts reaction, which I'm going to put up tonight, and then put up another one tomorrow. But that my other channel, we're at a little over 3,000 subscribers. It's been going pretty good actually. But we did a video on June 29th, and it has 81,000 views. It's now our #1 video, which is pretty fire. We think it might actually hit. We think it might actually hit 100K because it's still getting a few hundred views a day, so that's kind of cool. They got sued because cache issues. Oh really? It does say they have legal issues. So I was like, I wonder what happened. Another creator I found for yesterday, well today actually, he popped up on my recommended. He got a cease and desist by Warner Brothers because he I don't know how it got started, but he bought the what is it called? Copyright? Was it the copyright? He bought the rights to Mythbusters, the TV series, because WB or Discovery, they didn't update their paperwork, so they didn't automatically pay for it. So he actually bought it and started creating stuff with the word Mythbusters in it, which legally he has the right to. But because Warner Brothers / Discover got the millions of dollars worth of lawyers, they sent letters to him, basically talking about suing him forever, where it's going to take him forever to pay it off. And so now he has to bow down because he don't have the money to fight them. But I was saying, technically, if he bought their copyright that they did not pay for, they let lapse, technically, he owns it. But because they have the money, he has to just give it back because they can ruin it. They can ruin his life. They can literally ruin his life. And they would not blink twice about it. They would not blink twice at all. I look at on our sports stuff, we get a lot of comments, but I swear, some people just don't listen to what we say because we do a lot of international sports and commentary, so that they'll be like, oh well, it's kilometers. We know it's kilometers. We just reference miles per hour because that's how we make it make sense in our head because we can relate it and understand how fast things are actually moving. It's like we're not saying that they're not going kilometers. We understand that. I'm reading a comment from one of the videos. I'm like, did you listen to even what I said? You didn't listen to me at all. That dude got ownership though. That sucks. Yeah, because he paid for the copyright, he legally owns it. That's the law. That's the actual law. If I go on those websites, because you can go in there and look and see what copyrights have a lapse, and you can literally buy it. That's the law because they allow you to do it, and they will send you forms to say that you now have ownership of that. You can do that, but because they have all the money in the world, they just threaten to sue him, even though he has the rights. And then he went to go talk to a trademark lawyer who said he was screwed. I'm like, technically, you're not screwed because it's not your fault that they let it lapse. If they let it lapse, that's like saying you don't want to own that property anymore. So he made this shirt merch up that says Mythbusters, but it's like kind of like kind of funny. And then they also own CNN, which he did a logo for CNN, but it actually spells CUM. We all know what that says, but it's in the same style as CNN, and they wanted to sue him for that too. And it's like, you guys legally can't do this stuff, man. But because they have the money, they can fear factor him. You know what I'm saying? They can just threaten him. Penguins, Penguins there. I know that is. And tough talk about cases, internet news, tough is more and more, but though tough talk. I don't think I've seen that person. I know what Penguin Zero is though, because I used to be on Twitch, so I know who he is. I used to be on Twitch a whole lot. Yeah, so for a year, our number one video was this video we did for Origin. So if you're familiar, Origin is basically a sport from Origin is basically rugby, but it's from Australia and New Zealand, and it's like their version of an All Star game, but for that sport. So it's called Origin, where the two different sides compete against each other, and it's like one of the biggest things that happened outside of the U.S. And so that was one of our biggest videos. Had like 76,000 views. Then we just did this one for this event called Bathurst. Bathurst is a race that takes place in Australia, and it's actually pretty fire. Like the track is crazy. So we did a reaction to the video, and that video is like booming, which is pretty freaking awesome. We just we worked pretty hard on that channel, and sometimes like just to sit back and look. We might have a video that does like 20 views, but we might get one that does 15,000 views, and it's like to sit back and see a video do well like that. It's just pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, Tough has issues right now since YouTube demonetized everything, even when censored and don't. Yeah, they did. I got demonetized too. I got demonetized because they didn't like that I was using clips of movies and not talking over them. So, and I was like, well, I'm just promoting scenes that people might have forgotten, but they didn't care about that. I was like, the clips. I was like, the clips can be unmonetized. I don't care, but you don't have to unmonetize my entire channel. So, both of my channels got unmonetized, which is BS. So, I used to have members. I had members. Used to have members on both channels. Now I have members on neither channel. So, which sucks. But the other channel will be able to get them back fat. We should be able to get monetization back on that channel before this one. This one, it's gonna take me some time to get it back because of the strike. My channel's pretty much it was on its last leg for a minute. But like I said, once the strike kind of came off and everything started working differently, I was like, you guys are full of crap. But yeah, so thank you for that. I see the party and the hearts. So we had the 14 votes. It said 93% says I like this series. Cool. And then nobody voted for I'm not feeling this. That's actually pretty freaking cool. Out of 14 people, nobody said that. Respect. And then the other one said don't care about him here. So that was probably Nate. Nate probably came in and said that, and then probably bounced. Nate's in Australia, and he probably came in and bounced because it's about 6 p.m. 7 p.m. in Australia right now. I know he's up with his daughters, his kids, his new babies. So we're in the poll because that's pretty much done. But yeah, YouTube went through and demonetized a lot of people the last couple months. Because we were actually on the sports channel, we were actually doing decent. We were making a few $100 every month, which was helping both of us to like take care of stuff. But not anymore. That sucks. So this reporter in Australia got firebombed, but live because he wait. Oh, but live? I said live because I was thinking him be on air. So stupid. Got firebombed, but live because he wasn't home. Damn, that's crazy. Somebody firebomb your house. That's so crazy. Things people will do to cause harm. So then look at Bree, Tiana, Iman, Sam. Here we'll save that. Excuse me. So the new trailer, it's gonna be 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Okay, I'm with it. So, bro, I swear some haters is fake as yeah, that I did see that. That apologies. Quite horrid. So if this is true, it says that the Marvels will be a sequel to Secret Invasion. Interesting. It says on the set of the Marvels, the cast and crew had a motto: "If you don't know, ask Iman Vellani." That's actually pretty funny. She do be knowing though. She do be knowing. Who is that? Who's is this from Entertainment too? Oh, art by Marvel Design. Okay, I was wondering who that was from. Said, when in doubt, ask Iman. I think that's hilarious. But I mean, she do know her stuff, so that's actually quite on point. Oh, is this? Wait, is this his picture? Or is this actually the picture for Agatha? I wonder what this is gonna be storyline for that show. I really hope Quake was gonna show up, but I thought she was gonna show up in Secret Wars, but had little hope that she would show up in Secret Invasion. But you know, it is what it is. It's some good art, actually. Pretty good art. Pretty fire Marvel design. Oh, he finally apologized. Huh? says Goose will play a much bigger role in the Marvels. Goose is her own person. She is full of surprises, and she certainly has a lot in store over the course of this story. Interesting. Bro, if we see Jimmy Woo in the Marvels, I'm gonna be crazy. You know what? Because of the connection with Tiana Parrish, we might just actually see him in there. You know, what do you guys think about the? To me, I don't really care. I think it's hilarious, actually. What do you guys think about the new trend on TikTok, the NPC trend? Because the people, so American wise, the NPC trend has been around for a very long time. It just wasn't in the United States. NPC trend has been around in Japan and Korea for a very long time. It's like the whole ASMR mukbang. Mukbang and ASMR, it's not something we started. It's been going on in Japan for like the last 10 years. We're just late to the streaming party. Cuz streaming has been the way of life for people in Japan for so freaking long. When I seen documentaries about how big streaming was in Japan and Korea, and it blew my mind. This was way before I got on Twitch, way before I got on YouTube. I think when I seen this documentary had to be like oh 05, oh 06, oh 07 around there, and it was just crazy of how big the life was, the lifestyle of how some of that stuff was. The mukbang, the mukbang documentary, I think I probably seen in 2010 maybe, but just the fact that the streaming world and the creator for streaming world has been around for way longer. That's crazy. We need more Jimmy Woo and Darcy. I love Darcy. I love a lot of Darcy. Hold on, you guys. Let me see all the stuff on Twitter I need to be sharing on my page. So I'm gonna get some copies of some stuff. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm reading that they say they didn't have enough time to add Grant Gustin into the story of the Flash, but yet you had time. You literally had time to add a Nicolas Cage movie that didn't exist, and you had time to add Jay Garrick from the Flash, the TV Flash, into the movie, which is interesting. It's like you didn't have time to actually add Grant Gustin, but you added two elements, one from Grant Gustin series and then one from a movie that never existed. So you had to shoot new content for that. That's how you know it's BS. Just BS. All right, let me see. What time is that? So stupid. Some people are just special. All right. I think audio stream current bit rate is lower than the recommended. How is it lower when it's exactly what you told me to put? I don't get that. I'm gonna have to. I need to send a message to them because it says that, but I never understand why. Because it it just doesn't make any sense. All right, you guys. I think we're gonna end the stream, but the plan is to be back next Wednesday morning. It's at Tuesday. Next Wednesday morning for more for the. I think it's the final episode, right? Episode 6 is it's only 6 episodes for the final episode. But thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you for just check out the channel. Thank you. I did see when we had the reset. Did see a few people actually subscribe to the channel while we're doing this, so I appreciate you for that. Love you guys for that. Thank you so much. My name is Nonpfixion. This is Ready Set Geek, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. Appreciate you. Love you. And I'll definitely catch you on the next one. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, please post it either here or hit me on Instagram. Link is in the description. Or this Instagram at ReadySetGeek_podcast. ReadySetGeek_podcast. Appreciate you. Love you guys. I'll catch you next one. I'm out, y'all. Have a great rest of your morning. Peace out. Bye.